welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the start of season 2.
Episode 1, season 2. It's almost a year. We're coming close, 2 or 3 weeks away from a year, so that's a pretty big mark. We're going to Wellington next week to interview some people.
Yeah, we're trying to get through heaps of people, photographers.
We've got some people in Auckland as well that we're trying to interview, like locally. A couple store owners in Newmarket. So yeah.
Who's your golden goose in Wellington?
Golden goose. We kind of went down for Sophie. That was the main reason. I booked this girl I know from Whangarei, where I used to live.
Yeah.
And she does a lot of photography, and I've seen her pop up quite a lot and seen her popping off. So I was like, why not interview her before she gets famous and doesn't want to do us? Nah.
But yeah, we're here with Fraser.
So
You might have heard, he's taken videos of 10,000 Dreams and also worked on a Wiggles documentary, which is now on Amazon Prime, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, man. That seems like...
Wow.
Yeah, I could never imagine having one of our projects on
like
Amazon.
Amazon Prime. Like I just released a movie the other day, but straight to YouTube. Amazon Prime that's different.
How do you go about like releasing something on Amazon Prime? Do you work directly with the Amazon Prime team, or is it more your own project then it gets uploaded?
So we worked on it. There were 3 companies, my company being one of them, that worked on it for about a year and a half before Amazon just bought it outright, basically.
That's pretty cool.
They were incredible to work with.
Yeah.
They were everything you'd hope.
Did they, were they pretty clear on, like, communication-wise on what they wanted? Like, say, did they set some certain guidelines that you had to meet, or was it just pretty, you do what you want?
Like, how much, like, creative control, essentially, did you have?
Man, like, they were so collaborative, and, our team got to make the film we wanted to make. So they were genuinely incredible to work with.
No, I thought it was amazing. It's so nostalgia too, because I obviously grew up with the Wiggles.
Yeah.
And I actually, when I finished watching it, like, I sat down and I thought a really good idea would be a Wiggles biopic.
Bro, I've been thinking that too.
You should do that. Honestly, you should.
Like Cool Runnings?
Yeah. Like, I would watch that.
Bro, I've been thinking that, man.
Like, a Wiggles biopic would be perfect.
And it'd be called 4 Men and a Dinosaur.
That's what you wanted to call it originally, wasn't it?
That was one of the options originally.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to start this whole documentary with the Wiggles?
The Diggles. Flood Man. Okay, well it goes back. So I do this project called 10,000 Dreams, where I'm filming the dreams of 10,000 people, and I filmed the Wiggles in 2019. Basically, I guessed the email of their social media manager when they were coming to Auckland. Got in, filmed their dreams, became friends with them. It was like the most randomest thing ever.
Cool.
Ended up then, like 3 months after that, I was in San Francisco, and they happened to be in San Francisco, so I hung out with them. And then a few months later, I flew to Sydney to help one of them propose, and then I stayed on for their bushfire reunion concert, the OG Wiggles, which is the concert that Greg had a cardiac arrest on stage, and I was there backstage.
I remember you.
It was crazy, man.
It's surreal.
It was just one of those out of body experiences, and then I kind of got to a point a couple of years later where I'd been trying to get my second feature film off the ground for years, like 7 years, because I made one at 19, 20, and it was just not happening. I was trying to smash down doors, nothing was opening, and I kind of just quit on it, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done, I'm just going to focus on 10,000 Dreams, and I'm going to go all in, filming dreams. And then basically a month after that kind of realization, I got an email from the general manager of the Wiggles saying, are you free to come down to Wellington, Christchurch, on Sunday and film a music video with the Wiggles and Richie McCaw. Yeah, and I said no initially because I didn't work on Sundays. You know, I had a church event. I was like, so I said no, and then I called my mom, and she was like, "Are you an idiot?"
Yeah. I mean, like,
go down.
Mum's no
to Christchurch, bro. What the? So I called back and I'll do it. Went down, spent the whole day with them and Richie McCaw, and then was editing it the next day with my editor. And we're watching it back, and I was like, bro, this looks like the trailer for a Wiggles doco, because it was so grungy. And then we're like, has there ever been a Wiggles doco? So we googled Wiggles doco. There's never been a Wiggles doco. So I WhatsApp messaged a producer I was working with, and I was like, what do you think about a Wiggles doco? And he's like, would they go for it? And I was like, I don't know, probably not. But and so basically, man, on my 27th birthday, I sent an email to Anthony, the main Blue Wiggle, and I was just like, bro, can I make a documentary on you guys? And he came back straight away saying, we've been trying to do this for many years, but we've never found the right person, but if you do it, we'll make it happen. And
Really?
then was having lunch with them in Auckland 3 days after that with the producer team. Then we brought on an incredible Australian team that ended up being the lead director, Sully, who came on board, and bro, that was the start of 2021. Here we are.
And
just came out last week on Amazon Prime.
Anthony's still doing it now, is he?
Yeah, right. He's Willy Wonka of the Wiggles.
Yeah.
He is
pretty cool.
He's the founder. He's the visionary. He's incredible.
I love what you posted on Instagram the other day, reading about how your first feature film, like just bombed.
Yeah.
But now look at you.
Bro, but it took so much longer than I thought, man.
Yeah.
I was 19, 20 when that came out, and I was like waiting for Hollywood to knock.
Yeah.
And nothing.
It's
Just
also
ton of debt.
Yeah. Also at like a young age as well, you also think like once you make a film, you're like, when's it gonna like pop off? When's it gonna become popular? You're just kind of sitting there waiting. It kind of becomes a bit demoralizing when nothing kind of comes of that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like when you're younger, you think everything's gonna happen straight away, and it takes so much longer, man. There's so much you've got to build in terms of knowledge and experience. Like I thought I was experienced at 19 because I had a film degree, bro. Since I graduated, no one's ever asked me, did I go to film school?
Yeah.
Like you had to earn that experience over years, and
that's something I've even noticed just working in like the dairy industry with my old man is no one asks you for a degree. It's more if you have like the actual knowledge on the field, if you know what you're doing, if you have the knowledge of the tools, you're going to go far. Same with any field, really. It doesn't matter about your degree or anything like that. It matters about your experience in the field. Yeah, and that puts you so much further. If you've got so much more experience in the field, you're going to strive 100% better than everyone else who doesn't.
Absolutely, man. 100%. But I'm curious to flip this, because you're, how old are you?
22.
22-year-old filmmaker.
22, yeah.
You a filmmaker?
I'm not a filmmaker per se.
Podcaster.
Yeah, podcast. I want to get into filmmaking, but I don't really have the equipment, and it's just an excuse for me not to really get into it. But I've got stuff filmed on my computer. Just need to edit it and upload it, really.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm more of a interviewer, podcaster.
Yeah.
Jamie may be directing one of my movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Just it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Just taking a.
Because I've got 8 more movies to make until I
8 more.
say done. I've made 12. I got 8 more to go. I wanted to get to 20. That's my goal. 10 years. The 20th one releases on the 10-year anniversary. So
2 a year.
I thought maybe if someone wants to, because I've got lots of people helping me now. Like a young girl, she's 15, name's Danica. She was just in a movie I made called The Prowler. She's gonna help me write the second one to that film.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like expand out and get everybody involved, not just in the filming, but behind the scenes as well.
Yeah. But that's cool, man. What are you guys like? What are you thinking at the moment about dreams and your future and everything? Because I remember when I was your age and what I was thinking. I'm now 29, so I'm kind of on my coming into my 50s. So where you guys, like right now, if I said like, what is like a big dream for you right now? Let's say in film, would it be to direct a legit funded feature film?
Direct like a legit funded feature film that goes like worldwide, and maybe even be in it too.
Really?
I would love that.
Yeah. So how would you feel then right now if someone was like, that's gonna happen in 8 years? Would you be like, screw that, that's too long? Or would you be like,
no,
awesome,
you know what,
sweet,
I'm patient. If it's gonna come, like, I would work towards it. Stick to it. If it's gonna happen in 8 years, then I'll make sure I do everything possible within that 8 years to make sure it actually happens.
That's awesome, man. Because at your age, if someone had said that to me after I made Sirenia, that I'd have to wait till 29 before my next feature film would come out, I would have been so pissed.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful. But when it happens, you're so grateful that it took so long.
100%.
Like people actually still laugh at me for the films that I make. Like,
Really?
still to this day, people laugh at me. But, like, back when I was in high school, that hurt. Like, people would laugh at me, like, oh, this is cringe, this is stupid, why are you doing this? And it hurt. But now, over years, and I've still done it, people can still make fun of me, but I'm still just like, this is what I want to do.
You've learned that.
I've learned that it doesn't, it doesn't bother me. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
There's a book that I read recently called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yes. Mark Manson.
Yes, a really good book, and I need to read it again just because of how good it is. But that was really good for making a podcast because so many people are quick to judge, and like especially in New Zealand, we suffer from tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
You do something out of your comfort zone, and people are going to judge you. That's just the way it is.
Mm.
But when I read that book, it just made me think that like it doesn't matter what people.
Who cares?
Yeah, who literally cares? You're the only person who's there for yourself at the end of the day. So if someone's going to judge you, it's not like they're there for you. You're only there for yourself. So just do whatever the hell you want, and as long as you're there for yourself, at the end of the day, who's really going to care? And that's what kind of started this podcast. And so many people were quick to judge, but
were you scared to post the first episode because you're like, what if we get 2 views and no one cares?
I was actually excited.
Yeah, I was excited to post
I was scared for the second episode. No, so the first episode I was excited because so many people were waiting for it.
Yeah,
and then we uploaded it and lots of people were enjoying it. But the second episode I got really scared about because did people watch the first episode just because they were curious, like I'll check it out for the first time and they're going to stay for the next one?
Something we realised as well quite quickly is when we did upload that second episode, we were right. No one really I think it was like 4 people who watched the second episode. So then we kind of had to think what's good and what's bad. So I went round to parties at like just down the road and asked like, you see my podcast, or asked all my mates what do you think's good and what's not about the podcast. Cut all the bad things out, kept all the good things, and here we are today, I guess. It's been a bit of a process, but you have to kind of realise people aren't going to listen. What's the difference of people listening to the Joe Rogan podcast or this podcast? You've got to have some sort of point of difference. Yeah. And that's kind of what we're trying to strive for and trying to get a point of difference. Because if you don't have one, what's the difference between me and Joe Rogan? Nothing. Yeah. So someone's going to go to him because he's got better quality and better content, you know? Yeah. So that's just kind of been the past year of the podcast, trying to figure out what our point of difference is from everyone else. Because once you get that, I feel like you'll get all the viewers, because then people realise, oh, this podcast is different from everyone else.
And if you're having fun, other people will have fun too.
Exactly. Like my favourite episode that we did was last year, because this is like our 5th episode. We want to try bring a bit of more comedy into it. So do you remember the Christmas episode?
Yeah.
So the Christmas episode last year, I dressed up as Santa Claus. As I came in as myself, and I said to Jamie, look, Jamie, I'm not feeling this episode today. So I left the camera set, I left the room, came back in a Santa outfit 2 minutes later. Oh, Jamie! Merry Christmas! And I was just Santa for the whole episode.
I like that episode.
I love the episodes where we put like skits into it, type of thing.
Find a bit of comedy.
Yeah.
Do you guys overthink? Like when you post it, you go, oh, I shouldn't have. Like when you leave, are you like, man, that was a dumb question. Why did I say that?
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm a bit real. Yeah, I think about it post interview, but because I don't really do much, and like I don't do much editing or anything like that. Once we've done the recording, I kind of just forget about it, and it just kind of goes out there, and I don't really second guess it.
And then there's me editing it for like 2 hours, 3 hours, having to listen back to all of it.
I really want to get an editor for the podcast, so we both don't have to worry about it. We can just chuck it to the editor. Yeah, that would be a lot easier. But at the moment, that's the kind of the hardest part for Phoenix, editing, I imagine.
Yeah. The only issue, like, I don't mind editing. I just need to save up for an actual, like, a PC computer or something. Because I'm surprised this computer's lasted this long, and I love this computer. I've done everything on this computer, and I love it to death, but eventually we'll have to, like, upgrade a bit.
Yeah.
So one day very soon, we will eventually.
We're going to have we want a one computer system where we just bring the 2 podcast mics, you have like a streaming deck and you plug it into a laptop, so it's just kind of a plug and play situation rather than having 2 laptops and 2 microphones. It gets a bit tedious with the files, and but that's just the sacrifice you've got to make, I guess, for doing a podcast, right?
But good on you boys. I think we need to celebrate people pursuing.
Especially small content creators in New Zealand, because there's not many in New Zealand. There are some, but they're not really talked about, and they're kind of gone unseen. And
and look, and the people that laugh are the people that aren't necessarily happy about where they're at.
Yeah,
The
100%.
people who are doing their thing, pursuing goals and dreams, they're not gonna laugh and
Yeah.
Oh no.
like people who are like happy in life only support, man. So
100%.
totally like, but I do get the how that can. Yeah, I imagine at high school that's
Yeah.
I remember that.
In high school was was a massive thing, making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It
So
was-
did you guys go to school, like high school together, or
Who?
you two? How do you guys know each other? How did you guys
Oh
meet?
man, I'm 29.
Yeah, no.
I thought
It
it
was-
was like you were
it was
like
like
Phoenix was
when
you
I
know.
was at,
My nana, Allison.
how did we meet?
She did some
my, like,
insurance or something. I think.
insurance
And
broker.
something
Yeah, she
something
was-
like that.
Yeah,
and then
she
she was telling me like, oh Phoenix, I know this director. You should meet him. And I think that is
That's it, man.
That's
I think it
how.
was like 2016.
Something
My
like
insurance broker was your auntie, grandma.
my grandma. Yeah,
That's so wild. I totally forgot about that.
she always asks about you.
Oh,
She
was
does.
lovely.
She knows about the. I don't think she's seen it yet, but cause she's gonna watch the Wiggles documentary.
Oh, sweet. Dude, that's such a throwback. And then did I film your... I remember filming your dream twice.
You filmed I think the first dream. Yeah, that was funny. So I sent in my own video for your dream. I filmed
Yes.
it myself, and
That's
then I was in a really bad spot. I was in a really bad place, like mentally. I think it must 2019 or 2020. I can't remember, but I just remember being in such a bad spot. I wasn't good, like mentally. Just wasn't happy. I didn't even know what I wanted to like do. Like I was really like in a dark place, and then I contacted you and I said to you like, oh, do you mind if I could redo my dream?
Mm.
And so you helped me film my dream. That might have like, I don't know, you probably didn't notice, but to me that was like, that day really helped me, because when you posted my second dream and I watched back over it, it kind of like put a bit more like energy into me, because I had stopped making movies. I made 4 movies and I just quit. I quit making the movies, and then I saw my dream my second dream I did with you, and it put a bit more energy into me. And so I spent 6 months working on a film called Ryder Austin's Searching for Reason.
Mm.
And that title, Searching for Reason, the whole film was about my character in a really dark spot trying to find a reason to keep going.
Yeah.
That's why that's my favorite movie, and I made that movie. And ever since then, every 4 months, there's just been another movie coming out.
Dude.
So that second dream meant a lot to me.
Bro. Oh, that's awesome to hear, man.
Yeah, I've never said that to anyone before.
So
Oh, bro, that's awesome.
with on the topic of the 10,000
Yeah.
dreams, what started you on that journey? Like what inspired you to start the 10,000 Dreams project?
I was just a bet with a mate, bro, over
Really?
a drink in 2016 that I'd do it for 1 year. So basically I did it that I'd do one dream every single day for a year. And I got 240 days in. And then for some reason I just felt,
Bump it up.
I need to make it 10,000.
Yeah.
10,000 dreams sounds cooler than 365 dreams. And I don't know, bro, I'm just wired by big, crazy goals.
Mm.
That's
Like,
pretty cool. Yeah.
That's how I get excited. If it's too easy, I
No
don't
point.
get excited, man. And it just got to the point where it's just too easy. And so I changed it. I didn't tell anyone, man. I think people in my life were shocked.
10,000.
We just took it to 10,000.
I wanna ask, because there was a short period where you actually quit, didn't you?
Yeah, bro. At the end of 2021, I did every single day for 5 years. So I did 1,819 dreams, and just totally fizzled out on it. It became my identity. It was literally like,
You would have got pretty hard burnout because of that, I
oh,
reckon.
but it wasn't my full-time job, but it was a full-time job, because it's not just filming and editing. I sent 30,000 cold emails. It was driving to meet people, like multiple times. I would fly, like I've flown overseas to film a dream.
And
for
were
like
you also
2 minutes.
working? Were you working at this time as
I
well?
was running a film company at the same time, man. So, but it was my life mission, bro. It was something I knew I needed to do, and it was opening up so many doors. Like it opened up the Wiggles.co. Like I've been able to meet incredible people. But then I picked it up again March this year, and now it's a life goal of 10,000. So I'm not doing it every day anymore, but it's a life goal, and I've done nearly 2,000 dreams now.
I remember like going on Instagram and seeing, I think, whenever you started up again and seeing a dream, and I thought to myself, why am I getting old posts on my timeline? And I looked at when you uploaded it, and it was like Today? That's why I checked on your page and I saw that you were getting back to it.
Yeah, right. It took me like a month from getting the idea, I should probably do this again, to actually executing it. I was
getting that motivation.
Doubt. I was like, no one's gonna care if I come back. Like, what if I come back and everyone's like, bro, we're over it.
Yeah.
Like, so much doubt around that, man. I had to wrestle with myself to even do it.
A lot of overthinking and stuff.
Oh yeah, and even like knowing that if I did it again, the commitment I'm making is basically a lifetime of filming dreams. And I'm like, am I really, like, am I actually wanting to do this? This will affect my family, my marriage, like this. But it was the best damn thing I ever did, bro. The doors have opened since doing it again this year.
And you got Elmo. That was on your top 5, wasn't it?
Elmo was on my, yeah, but I did Elmo 2 months ago.
I thought that was so cool.
I flew to Melbourne for 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
With Elmo, yeah.
Wait, so you flew out of New Zealand, took a 3-hour flight?
I took a red eye, went overnight, and just went straight to the hotel.
Did the filming, and then
But
pretty much...
it's Elmo, it's worth it.
Literally,
Sesame
Sesame Street's publicist was like, if you can come to Melbourne, we'll, like, for like a 5-10 minute interview, we'll make it happen.
Have you got Kermit the Frog?
No, but I've done
I want Kermit.
4 Sesame Street characters.
You got Abby,
Elmo. Kadabi, I did Elmo's dog that I haven't posted, and I did a chicken character that I haven't posted yet.
What was Elmo's dream?
For his what was it? I know one of his dreams was to have the world's largest ice cream sundae. Then it was around. I could probably just play it. It was around. I can't remember what his main dream was. It was beautiful, and then he talked about inspiring people and to never give up, and it was amazing. Because when I started 10,000 Dreams, I wrote out a list of 5 impossible people to film. I've only done one of that 5, but I have got leads into a few of the others.
Is Spielberg like the number 1?
He's number 1.
Have you ever thought about possibly not bombarding them at an event, but like, you know how some people like Nardwad, he'll rock up to an event where they're interview them there. Have you ever thought about doing that, like finding where they are in New Zealand if they ever come, pulling up and then just...
Well, I've done that in the past with other people, man. Like Jacinda Ardern, when she was Prime Minister, I did her, I like knew she was doing a press conference at a church, and I just hammered in and then basically got in with her.
That's cool.
I think it's at the point now where I did that a lot, but now I'm kind of wanting to have more time with people. Like, I don't want them to just have some dude show up with a camera and they're like, my dream.
You want more of like a...
Then they forget about it, they never even know they did it. I want to sit down and have an hour with Spielberg.
Yeah, sort of like a podcast in a way, so you can get to know them.
I just want to have more of a moment. Like, I've kind of gone to that point where I'm happy to wait if it leads to a moment. Have you ever thought about possibly doing another project alongside the 10,000 Dream where it's like more of like a podcast setting? I've started to experiment with that. So I've done 2 podcasts that I haven't posted yet. One with Theo, actually, I did recently. And the whole idea is that each podcast is filmed like a movie. That's cool. So you have multiple cameras, you shoot it in crazy locations. Cool. A lot more cinematography. And like, I'll show you a screen grab of Theo's one.
Does Theo have his own podcast?
No, he doesn't. He would be a great podcast.
He would be.
So this is kind of the style of a podcast.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool. That's really cool.
So the whole thing looks ridiculous, and we're just in an environment having a chat.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's pretty dope. I'd love to do something along those sides, like do something like that. That'd be really cool.
Definitely
just a real cool experience alongside doing the normal podcast. Because we're so used to just doing this, but it does add pressure. Having like 5 lights on you, having multiple cameras, and like you feel a lot more pressure doing it. You would do. You get way more nervous. And you're also so relaxed and chill. You'd also probably have to stop and start a lot of the time as well to get different shots. Multiple times. Yeah. It'd be a bit distracting as well because this is quite cut and paste. We just start and stop. The conversation's quite linear. It goes from point A to point B. Whereas with that, when you're starting and stopping, you have to be, where were we? What were we talking about? It'd be hard in that sense, but it would be well worth the end result, I imagine. be really cool.
Totally, man. So I haven't posted those yet. I'm not 100% committed to it yet, but I'm experimenting with it.
It looks cool.
I feel like it's something that I've kind of got an itch to do.
It's like, it looks
Feels
like what you
natural.
just showed me is appealing. They won't be able to see it yet,
Yeah.
but what you've just showed me,
Yes.
that looks appealing, the lights. I
Do you
want to ask, like, would you ever do, when all of this 10,000 Dreams is done, would you make like your own documentary about it? Like the whole journey from start to, you know, when you quit, you picked it back up again, the downs, you know, the ups.
Well, I won't go too much into it, but the next thing I'm doing is...
Really? Am I allowed to put that in?
I
I can blur that if you want.
Yeah, you can...
Okay, I'll blur that.
You can blur this moment right now.
But that's cool.
Because
Because that's what I was going to ask next, is what is
it
next?
feels natural. Yeah, bro. I wanted to go... I'm kind of at the point now where I'm like, alright, how do I go bigger? And the whole idea now is like, how do I film The King's Dream? How do I get Banksy? How do I get Tom Cruise?
Banksy would be
Like,
so cool.
Like, how do you get the dream, like the top dream? Like, I've kind of got to that point where I'm like, alright, I've got a little bit of confidence now. I've teed up some cool people.
There's 3 people to interview in England for us, I reckon. Stormzy, Banksy, and the Queen, but the Queen's dead now, so the King, I guess. Those are the 3 people I'd love to interview in England if we ever win.
I'm going to London next year
Yeah.
for a month. My best friend's moving there.
Oh, really?
There's
So-
Xavier moving there.
My best friend Xavier, he's moving there, and I'm going to stay there for a month with him. He's going to stay there. I'm going to come back. He's like brother for life, so
Yeah.
I have to go there with him.
Yes.
So I'm going to get some filming and stuff done. So I'm going to have to get lots of time off work. That's actually wanted to mention. The Wiggles saved my job a lot.
Did it?
I'm a kindergarten teacher,
Yeah.
and I got like 32-year-olds in my class. I love them all. They're all so great. But obviously 30 kids, you know, a rainy day can get very hectic. I put on the Wiggles,
Yeah.
and they're just, all of them are just dancing.
Thriving over it.
Just it's like gives me a bit of a break as well.
What's the number one banger?
My favourite's hot potato.
Yeah.
So I've kind of forced it
Yeah.
upon them to like that. So I
Yeah.
put hot potato on and they love it.
Yeah.
Hot potato and fruit salad.
Yeah, bro.
And what's the other one? I forgot how it goes. Something about a teddy bear.
Oh, Rockabye Bear.
Yeah,
bro,
that one. I
that's-
like that one.
So with the documentary, did you get to meet the new Wiggles as well? Because I'm pretty sure there's new Wiggles alongside the old OG Wiggles, right?
Yeah.
Their interview setup was awesome.
Oh.
How it like kind of fit with their colour scheme. It was
Yeah,
so
bro.
awesome.
Oh, bro. Incredible DOP, Simon Morris.
Mm.
Yeah, man. All the Wiggles are in it. So all the new Wiggles, everyone, there's 8 Wiggles now. They're genuinely everything you'd hope they'd be. Every single one of them is just as lovely, nice, inspiring,
All
and
got
cool.
the same morals and stuff
Oh.
like that. All like pretty
Oh.
dedicated to their job.
They're so awesome.
That's cool.
Besides like the documentary like being about the Wiggles, how the story was told, like started off with the 90s and then year by year it was like I had the biopic in my head.
Bro, there
Like,
is a biopic there, man.
There is,
It's
there
funny
is.
you brought that up.
And like learning about it like behind the scenes, like obviously they're doing it for the kids. The kids don't know how tired they are, how
Yeah.
stressed they are, and all the and the drama with when Sam, when he like the media kind of twisted their words about him leaving.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know any of that
It's
stuff.
fascinating, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, they're ridiculously hard workers. Like, I think in the mid-2000s they were doing 500 shows a year around the world. Like, they hardcore,
So
man.
more than one a day.
Yeah, because they'd usually do 2 or 3 a day because it's kids. So they'd do like a 10 a.m. and midday.
I didn't realize the
Yeah.
4 of them actually started it themselves. Like
Yeah.
in my mind, I thought it was like some TV studio was like, we should make this idea. Let's
It
hire
seems
4
like
people.
such an obvious idea.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was actually them that.
Oh, it's such a DIY story.
Yeah.
It's so cool, man. Busking at the local mall, like, yeah, bro.
Didn't they started off really small and then I'm guessing it's all in the documentary. I haven't seen it yet.
It is.
But they started off really small and then they kind of just got the attraction from someone. I'm not sure.
Well, they kind of, so in the late 90s, early 2000s, they got picked up by Disney Channel in America,
Oh.
and that's what, like,
Ramped them up.
oh, bro, I think in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, it was them and Barney, and like
The Barney the crossover.
they were like giant. They had the record for most sold out Madison Square Garden shows in a row until Harry Styles broke it this year.
Damn.
In 2006.
And I love how they've done the adult shows too. There's one bit in the
Yes.
documentary that actually I actually started laughing like out loud. I think it was their manager or it was someone that said, "Oh, adult show. That means you guys can swear."
Oh, that was Patty.
I thought that was so funny.
Bro, those shoes were wild, man. Like 18 plus, and they were having like 12, 13,000.
Like people
millennials
show
like, sold
up.
out.
Like
To be fair, I would have gone to that. I watched
Oh,
watched
yeah.
the Wiggles when I was in Aussie when I was a real short, real little kid, 4, 5.
yeah, I had this Wiggles car seat that me and my cousin Cyrus
Serious?
would fight over. I remember Cyrus got this new car seat. I don't know why I remember this. He got this new Wiggles car seat. I was so angry because I was this 3-4-year-old like I want that car seat, and I was just fighting over him with it.
Yeah.
That the Wiggles was a big part of my life and Cyrus's
That's
life.
so awesome. That's cool. Oh my gosh. I'm stoked.
But
Right.
yeah.
Was that us?
Is that 30 minutes already?
Yeah,
how
that's
long is that?
33.
minutes. Yeah.
33?
Oh my
About
gosh.
33, yeah.
How can you find the documentary?
Yeah, so
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon
globally.
Prime. Perfect.
So,
So if you guys
Hot
want to check it
potato.
out. It's a
It's
cheap
called-
subscription too. I had to pay for it's like $7 or something. It's quite good.
I pay for the, it's like $13, I think, but yeah, it's not that bad.
For what? Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
No, I got it for $7.
Hey,
Yeah, I put it on the day the documentary came out. I checked out how much it was.
you get free trial?
No, because I bought it before, so I've
Okay.
used it.
That's what everyone's told me. They're like,
Yeah.
I can't use my free trial. because I've
So
already
I
used
bought it again just to watch it.
Yeah.
I always hate, like, I love Amazon Prime, don't get me wrong, but once a month I'll just see $12 go out and I'm like, damn, I really need that $12. And it's gone off Amazon Prime. But that is what it is. So what's the name of the documentary, sir? Hot Potato?
Hot Potato Story of the Wiggles.
Sweet. So,
Yeah.
And
Go find that
surely a
online.
biopic's coming. Surely one day.
Maybe one day, man.
that'd be
Mm.
cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
thank you so much for
Yeah, thank
coming
you for
on.
coming on.
Of course. So chill. It's
Thank
cool,
you,
yeah.
everyone, for listening to Season 2, Episode 1 of the YeahAlright podcast, and we'll see you guys next week. We don't know who we'll interview, but it will be someone.
Be Sophie, I think.
Yeah, Sophie, hopefully.
Awesome.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.